I mean, so Dolphins take on the Chiefs with the number here now. The look ahead was 2.5. That goes back to last week. I bet it then. That was the opener again on Sunday. And then early in the week, money came in on Miami to drive this number down to 1. So it was a very small money line at the time for the Chiefs. The number is now back to 2 in favor of KC. And the total, Paulie, is hovering between 50 and 51. First of all, I think 51 is too high of a total with these two teams.
I agree.
And I also think that the Chiefs are too short. I think they need to be at least a 3-point favorite against Miami. I love this Miami team. But we've seen this now, right, against a couple of good teams they played so far this year. It did not go well for the team. And also, this is a week-to-week league, and they looked really good last week. The Chiefs didn't. Well, there are several reasons why the Chiefs didn't, one of which was Patrick Mahomes had the flu, right? And he was playing in the game anyway, and that was one of his, based on his numbers overall. Michael Lombardi had a great breakdown this week on his show. Patrick Mahomes, including that game last week, has played 3 of his worst games of his career so far this season, based on the numbers. Not the absolute worst, but are in the mix, like at the very bottom of, he's played in 80-plus games, 3 of them so far this year.
Yep.
Not great.
Yep.
That was one of them.
Well, you also have this. I like Tyreek Hill over, and he's 91.5. You don't think he's jacked up and ready to go for this game?
Yeah.
Which I'm not breaking news here because obviously he's got 1,000 yards already. Hill has 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns, on pace for 2,000. Kansas City wide receivers, 1,180 and 6 touchdowns. That's been a big story here. Other than Kelsey can't get on the same page and no rapport with these wide receivers. But I've been on this for a while now. This goes along with Tua and the Dolphins and McDaniel. How many awards can you win? How many bets can you cash? Are you Fugazi, or can I expect you to do something in January? They haven't beat a team with a winning record since week 3 last year, the Bills. So here are their wins. Chargers. Okay, average. What are we going to say? Average?
Yeah.
Okay. You beat the Chargers on the road to start week 1. Shootout, 36-34. Swept the Patriots, the Denver debacle, Giants, Carolina, both at home. 48-20 in Buffalo, 31-17 in Philly.
Uh-huh.
If I'm supposed to take you seriously, if you're supposed to be a contender, you got to beat someone good. And again, it's week 3 of last year. Get it done.
So I bet against the Dolphins in both those games. This is the 3rd time this year I've bet against the Dolphins. Hopefully I improved to 3-0 in that mark, with that mark overall. Here's what I will say. These two teams overall basically match up pretty well against each other. However, there is one, like when you look at the overall stats, the Dolphins, where they rank rushing the football, with the EPA, expected points added per play, they are number 1 overall on rushing EPA per play, and they're number 1 in explosive rush percentage running the football. Number 1 in both those categories. The Chiefs are 14th in the league at slowing down explosive rushes, and they're also 31st defensively rushing EPA per play. So this might not be a Tua game. I think Hill, yes, I think he's going to be the focal point here of when they do throw the football. But and by the way, getting guys now back offensively on that line and running the football, they're the best team in the league at doing so. And this Chiefs defense is the reason why they're 6-2 so far this year. This is why I'm being patient with this team, because Mahomes is not having the best year of his career, as we just said. Yeah. That will eventually get there, I believe, and they'll put points on the board for the duration of the year. But defensively, that's the one weakness so far, is against the run. Otherwise, they've been awesome.
Can you help them out with the drops? They have the 2nd most drops in the league, too. That's another one. But to your earlier point, you get Howard and Ramsey back defensively, and you're supposed to get Armstead back, too. So, but again, as far as you're pretenders. Now, I was very impressed with what happened in January when they almost should have beat Buffalo on the road with a 3rd-string rookie quarterback in that game as a double-digit dog. But you got to win some of these games. I find the travel thing fascinating, at least with the schedule. Miami left Monday. Kansas City left Thursday after practice. So it's going to be I told you so afterwards. I think the Chiefs made a mistake here, but we'll see. But certainly that'll be what were you doing? I told you so if Miami wins. They left Monday. The other team left late Thursday. Do with that what you want, but that could be something. with the game.
I mean, that makes me, just based on that, I would say, well, I don't like my bet on the Chiefs because I like the idea of the teams. And you saw what happened with Baltimore when they planned the entire offseason.
And you saw what happened with the Bills.
Another
left
one.
Late.
They left Friday.
They had nothing in the tank the first half. Sleepwalking.
We met Kelly from Omaha before the season started. And he and his family, they're on a trip right now to Munich. They're going to be at this game on Sunday. He's older. He's not like, NFL player. But he's like, he texted me the other day and he goes, I've been here. It took me 4 days to get used to the time zone change after the jet lag and everything like that.
You're supposed to stay on your schedule for is it a week? Is that
a while? Yes.
I mean, but when this is bank job, you're in and out though. So I love what Baltimore did and it worked out for them. And I hated what the Bills did because not only Jacksonville was sitting there waiting for you too. So I thought Buffalo was horrendous what they did. But it's a great game. I guess for a lot of people, it's unfortunate it's the early game, but what a way to start the day. It's one of the best regular season games on the schedule here.
Yeah, I think Chiefs are too short right now, and I think the total's too high.
I'm with you.
By the way, Paul, what you just said, we've been going to London now for these games for a long time. I can't believe every team doesn't do what Baltimore did or what Miami's doing right now. Why would you not leave right away on Sunday after your game or on Monday morning to get over there?
Right.
It's so obvious. That's the play.
Yeah.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.